So we are going. So sorry, what did you say? Yeah. So we are going to discuss about the poem that's called as a Macavity the Mystery Cat. Is not it? What we are going
Yes,
to
sir.
discuss? Macavity the
Macavity
Mysterious Cat. Okay. So when we talk about this poem called as a Macavity the Mystery Cat, right? So the poet T.S. Eliot. Who is the poet?
T.S. Eliot.
Yeah, T.S. Eliot. So what did he tell about it actually? Now he was telling about Macavity. It's somehow called as one of the mysterious cat, is not it? So, and if you talk about this mysterious cat, so what happened? It is nothing but a one of the pain to the means, police. So, which police the poet is talking about? The poet is talking about Scotland police, is not it? The poet talks
Yes, sir.
about which police? Scotland police, right? Scotland means Scotland investigation, personal Scotland investigative police officers, right? Now, when we go for this poem, right? Let's read, see that. Yeah. What do we find out? Look into it. Macavity, Macavity, right? You are a mysterious cat, or Macavity, or Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the hidden paw, right? For he is the master criminal who can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. For when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. So the poet T.S. Eliot talks about which of the cat, whether the cat is original, genuine, authentic. No, the poet talks about that Macavity, it's nothing but an imaginary cat, right? Mystery cat. Why he is called as a mystery cat? Now, he is called as a mystery cat because whenever means uh, the Scotland Yard the Scotland Yard, the flying squad, right, search for this cat, right, they did not find out that. And why did the Scotland Yard means a search for this mystery cat? Now the Scotland police search for this mystery cat because of what? Now because of its activities. Because the cat Macavity is renowned for its activity, bad activities, right? So, what kind of a bad activities? Now, the bad activities like it involved in all the crimes, right? So, and this Macavity is nothing but means considering as the means uh, personified as he, right? You can see the poet personified Macavity as a he. He is the master criminal. So, who is the master criminal? Macavity is the master criminal, and he is the leader of the crime, right? So, he is called the hidden paw. What do you mean by hidden paw?
Sir, he has hidden power.
What is the meaning of hidden paw?
Sir, hidden power.
Hidden paw means
Sir, hidden power.
hidden power. No, it's not that the hidden power. It's called as a means he does the mistake. He does the mistake, and he means he has not even kept a single evidence. So hidden power is called as a he doesn't keep a single evidence. He does the crime.
Sir, are you writing?
Yeah, you can.
Copy?
Yeah. So Macavity is a mystic cat and he is called the hidden paw. It means he does the crime. He does the crime, right? He does the crime and he does the crime, but does not keep
Sir,
a single evidence, right? Single evidence, right? So it means he is very sharp and he is very evil in mind, right? So that's
Yes,
what the poet tries to say, that, right? He is called the hidden poet. He does the crime but does not keep a single evidence. He is the master criminal. So the poet again stated in the next line that he is the master criminal. So how he is the master criminal? Now he does the crime and he is the leader of the crime, right? Who breaks the law, defies. The meaning of defies is called as a, what is the meaning of defy? Yes. What is the meaning of defy? So someone who break the law. Is not it?
yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Disobey.
Yeah. So disobey or break the law. Right. That's what is the poet stated here. Disobeyed or called as disobey, or you can say that break. Break what? Now break the law. He is the bafflement of the Scotland Yard. Is the bafflement means what? That's called as a headache or called as a excessive means a confusion, right? So
Yes,
here
sir.
we can say that means he is the bafflement of Scotland. It means he is the headache. Headache means you understand, right? So he is the pain. He is the pain of the Scotland Yard police, right? So because he does the mistake, he defies the law. He doesn't keep any single evidence, and he is the evil. He is the leader of the means a crime, right? So that is why the poet here stated he disobeyed or break the law, and also he is the headache of the Scotland Yard police, right? So Scotland Yard police means referring to the flying squad's despair. So the flying squad's despair means he is the flying squad or the Scotland Yard police officers are searching him with a full of with a full of what, passion, or full of means um, full of anxiety. So despair is clearly indicating that how the Macavity is the pain of the Scotland Yard, right? Even the poet also said that he is the bafflement. So bafflement, or you can bafflement have the two different meaning. One is called as a headache, and the other one is called as a confusion, right? Confusion, confusion, right? Confusion of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. For when they reach the scene of crime, so they refers to whom? Now they refers to the police, the Scotland Yard
Yes,
police. So when the Scotland Yard police or the flying squad reach the scene of crime, reach the scene of crime means what? Now, okay, uh, Scotland, Scotland Yard police, police reach the scene of crime. What they find out? Now they find out Macavity is not there. So why Macavity is not there? Now Macavity did the crime and left the place without leaving any evidence, right? So here the blank dash is given for the purpose of giving us the idea that how means all the police, right, means reach to find out, right, any evidence in the scene of crime. So where the crime actually took place, right? So, and they knew also who did it. Now, Macavity did it, but still Macavity is not there, right? So, in a very simple note, if I tell about the first stanza, what does it say? Now, it tells about Macavity, a mystery cat, right? Means, a surprising cat because nobody knows anything about the Macavity. Second is called as a he is also called as the hidden paw. It means called as a he basically does the crime and doesn't keep a single evidence, right? So the police cannot find out, right? So the police considered that he is the master criminal, he is the leader of the crime, right? And who breaks the law and disobey the law. He is the headache or confusion of the Scotland Yard police, right? Or the flying squad's despair. So the flying squad, with a full of anxiety, search for that cat, right? But and whenever any of the crime occur in a place, right, and at that time the mystery means the flying squad or called as the Scotland Yard police searches for or search for Macavity, right? So they find out that Macavity is not present. So he did the crime and he left the place without leaving any evidence. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what you would find out here. It is given in a very clear note, right? I have written the summary also here. Now it is stated the poet says that Macavity is a mystery cat and is known by the name of what? Hidden paw, right? So the first letters of the phrase mystery cat are written in capital. Why? Now, so the name is a particular and a proper, right? What is that? The name is a particular and a proper, right? The poet also stated that this Macavity mystery cat is known as a hidden paw. Why? Now, because he is the master criminal and can, right, defy or disobey the law. He is the bafflement, confusion of Scotland Yard and also despair. Despair means, like I pointed, means the Scotland Yard passionately searching for him because he is the pain of the flying squad, right? So the flying squad here referring to the branch of the serious and organized crime command within London's Metropolitan Police Service, right? The squad's purpose, the squad means who is that squad? Now that's called as a flying squad. The squad's purpose is to investigate. Investigate whom? Investigate robberies, right? And that's why they search for this means uh, mysterious cat Macavity because it means he is the pain and he is the confusion, right? And he disobeys, right? And he is known as hidden paw, right? Look into it. These are the means ideas which have been implemented on him. In other words, he has made the police of Scotland confused because when the police reaches the scene of crime, right, when Macavity commits the crime, he vanishes away, disappears, right? So no one finds out means where he has gone, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
coming to the next one, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the next stanza stated that Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity, right? Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. He is broken every human law, so he breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir state. And when you reach the scene of crime, so Macavity is not there. So what does it say? Now it tries to tell us that Macavity, Macavity, no one is like Macavity, right? So if you talk about Macavity, so you won't find out means Macavity, right? So he is unique, right? He is broken every human law. So he breaks all the law of the human being. He breaks the law of gravity also. Gravity, you understand, that called as a
Yes, sir.
the, we talk about the space, right? We
Yes,
talk about the particular place, right? And we expect also someone's presence at that time in that particular place. But when the police reach the particular place, they find out means Macavity is not there. So it means he vanishes away, right? Or he vanishes. So vanishes means it disappears. How come the means cat Macavity disappears, right? It makes it somehow called as a kind of a surprising, right? And also mysterious, right? That is why his his powers of levitation would make a fakir stare, right? So what is the meaning of levitation? Yeah, what is the meaning of levitation? Can you tell me?
sir, floating in the air without support.
Sorry?
Sir, sir, flying in the air without any support.
Yeah. So you can say that his powers of what levitation. It means he have a kind of a power through which he can even right means move in the space, right, or jump in the space such a means such a height that what everyone gets a surprise, right? Everyone gets surprised, and when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Now here levitation is called as a, what is the meaning of levitation?
Sir, flying in sky without any support.
Yeah, flying in the sky without any support, is not it? So that's what is called as a levitation. And obviously if somebody without any support is in the is flying in the sky, or called as a is in air, that makes everybody surprised. So that's what the poet here also stated, that when you reach the scene of crime, you will find out Macavity is not there, right? Now stanza 2 explanation. So the poet reveals that, or the poet repeats the word Macavity. So it is called as a repetition. It suggests that police are searching for him everywhere, right? According to the poet, what happened? There is no one like Macavity, as he has broken every human law, as well as he has also broken the law of gravity. So, law of gravity here means that no one can vanish the way Macavity does, right? So, if you talk about means Macavity's presence in a particular place, you won't find out that Macavity would present there means at the same time. So his disappearing makes everybody surprised. Macavity's power of levitation. So levitation means that's called as vanishing away. Can make any of the means a person, or called as a fakir. Fakir is referring to the religious man. So religious man have a kind of a belief that what God has the power to appear and disappear. But at the same time, Macavity's powers of levitation is making the religious man even stare or surprise, right? After committing a crime, he vanishes away. So when anybody reaches the scene of the crime, so what did he find? Now he will not able to find him, though he may search him on the ground, right? So or in the air. So whether he is means on the ground, on the surface, or in the air above. So the poet says that no one find him, right? So the poet tells again that he is not there. It is useless or vain or means worthless to search for the criminal uh, that's called as a Macavity, right? Now, the next stanza stated what? Macavity is a ginger cat. He is very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thoughts. His head is highly domed. So the poet stated Macavity is a ginger cat. So we know how the ginger looks like. Do you know how the ginger looks like? The ginger looks like this, right?
Radha.
Yeah. So the ginger looks like this, right? So similar to that, you would find out that means Macavity is a ginger cat. So here there is a means complete metaphor, right? Complete metaphor. So the poet said that what Macavity is a ginger cat, and he is very tall and thin. He is very tall and thin. So how does he look like? He is very tall and thin. So his physical appearance has been pointed here, right? So what does it indicate? So the tall, the thin, or the ginger appearance is clearly reflecting the appearance of the cat. So you desire to know him if you saw him, right? Obviously, if when you see that cat, you will realize that how he looks like. For his eyes are sunken. What is the meaning of sunken? His eyes are means sunken. Sunken means what? Goes deeper part, right? His eyes are sunken. It's called as a goes deeper into the face, right? So sunken in the face, in the face,
Yes,
right? So sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with the thought. It seems like what he is always in a alert position. So deeply lined with the thought means what? Now it's something called as he is an alert. His head is highly domed, right? He always look like this, right? This seems that what he is always in the alert position, right? So that's what the poet here stated, that Macavity is a ginger cat. He is very tall and thin, right? His appearance have been discussed here. So when a person see him, right, so he can identify that how he looks in a dubious manner, doubtful manner, right? He always in a thought. His head is highly domed. He always looks here and there, right? So that's what is given in the third stanza. Now, let me discuss the explanation of the third stanza, which have been pointed here, right? Now, the poet introduces the cat as a ginger cat. Why? Now, as he is tall and thin, right? One will know that if he sees him, right? So, according to his body, or according to his appearance, he is compared directly with the ginger, and therefore the poet wants to convey it is a metaphor, right? Metaphor, Metaphor, right? So the poetical figure. So figure of speech. The poet introduced him as a ginger cat as he is tall and thin. One will know that if he sees him. His eyes are sunken in. So sunken goes deep into it. So even his eyebrows are deeply lined with the thought. It seems like he was in doubt, right? He was always in an alert position. Make him look like a villain, right? Like that, always in a villain, right? His head is round in shape, domed, like that, domed, round in shape. His coat is dusty also. Dusty means dirty. Why his coat is dusty? Now, his coat is dusty as he does not keep those of the means doesn't keep himself clean, right? So that's the reason you would find out his coat is dusty, right? His whiskers are not combed properly and he keeps moving his head from one side to the other side, right? That are similar to the movements of a snake, like that, right? When someone would think that he is half asleep or half asleep, in reality, he is awake and in a complete sense. So that's what is clearly recollecting that how Macavity looks like, how does his appearance would be, right, and how his behaviors, right. So those of the things are clearly suggesting, right. Now, my understood, Mike?
yes, sir.
Yeah. So this part is already explained, but let me point out. So here also it is stated the same. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. His whisker means what? What is the meaning of whisker? The meaning of whisker is called as a fur, right? So
Yes, sir.
uh, so his coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed, right? So you can say that the fur, right? Fur, right? Uh, or you can say that the eyebrows and the nostrils, so which are not properly shaped. He moves, swage. The meaning of swage is called as a The meaning of swage is called as he moves, right? So he moves his head. How does he move his head? Now he move his head, right, from side to side, right, with movements like a snake. So like a snake, he also moves his head, right? And when you think he is as half asleep, so when you feel like that, what now Macavity is present there, and he is also means uh, is in a deep sleep, right? But at the same time, he was not in a deep sleep, he was a half asleep. He is always wide awake. Wide awake means he is always in a means alert position. He is always in a alert position. So that is the reason, means the poet here stated that you cannot catch him, right? It's very difficult to catch him. Catch whom? Like catch the Mansum.
Okay.
Catch the mystery cat Macavity. Right. Now coming to the next. Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. So look into this one. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. Again, the poet uses the repetition here. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. For he is fiend in the feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. But when a crime's discovered, then Macavity is not there. Right. Look into it. What the poet stated. He is a fiend in the feline shape. Can you tell me that what is the meaning of fiend and fiend in feline?
Sir,
He is a fiend and in feline shape, a monster of depravity. What is the meaning of that? Tell me.
the devil.
How do you know that it's a monster of depravity? Yes, it indicates the devil. But I am talking about fiend in feline. What is that? Yes, go ahead.
Uh, Sir, relating to a cat.
Okay. Now, see, if I'm talking about relating to the cat, okay. If I'm talking about fiend in feline, so I can say that what an evil spirit or demon, right? An evil spirit or demon, right? An evil spirit, right, or demon. So look into it, the what the poet is trying to tell here. The poet means referred whom, referred Macavity as a means evil spirit or demon, right? So feline, if you look into the feline, so what we can find out now, referring to or relating to or affecting cats or other members of the cat family. So here, here the poet is trying to tell that means a Macavity is nothing but an evil spirit or demon, and who means in feline shape. Feline shape means who brings insult. Who brings what actually? Now who brings insults, right? And also disreputation. Okay, so who brings
Okay.
insults and disreputation? Disreputation to whom? Disreputation to means cat members, right? Or family, right? Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, the poet also said, he is friend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. So the poet here stated, Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. He is an evil spirit or demon, and he brings insults and disreputation to cat members or family, right? Cat family, right? So he is a monster of depravity. Depravity means what? What is the meaning of depravity? Yes.
The devil.
Sorry, what is the meaning of depravity?
Sir,
What is the,
moral.
yeah, morally corrupted, right? The meaning of depravity is called as a, means morally corrupted, means a cat, right? He
Sir, moral.
doesn't, morally corrupted. So if I am saying that morally corrupted, so the meaning of that morally corrupted is called as a, he doesn't, right, understand, right, what is good and what is honesty and what is loyalty, right? So he simply does, right, what, destruction, and also he simply does the crime. You may meet him in a by street, you may see him in the square, right? So the poet stated that what you can find out uh, nearby the street, or you can find him in a square, right, in the place, like different places where the crime discovered, right, where the crime discovered, or where the crime has already made. And when the police reach there, so Macavity is not there. So this makes us the clear idea that how Macavity is nothing but a, means a purely evil character, means evil character in this poem. Look into this. According to the poet, no one is like Macavity, as he is an evil spirit or demon. He is in feline cat shape, or called as a, for the cat members or for the cat family, he is a shame, or called as insult. He is a monster of depravity. It means he brings moral corruption. He is morally corrupted, and one can find and meet him in a by street or in the square mall. But after his crime is discovered, he vanishes away and cannot be found there in that place. So, therefore, the poet clearly stated that how this means Macavity is all about. Now, finally, uh, we have done this, and if you look into it, uh, the whole poem gives us the kind of a idea, right? Yes, Mayank, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is it the end of the poem, right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after that, do you find out any more stanza is there?
No, sir.
Okay, but if you look into the real poem, right? If you look into the whole poem of T.S. Eliot, you will find out more three stanzas are connected, and those three stanzas have not been pointed in your book, right? So why? Because it would be exceed, or it would be something like creating difficult for the students, and therefore they have not provided. But the clear concept gives presented here, that what the poet beautifully presents the mysterious cat Macavity, and its appearance, its behavior, and how he does the crime, and he means uh, creates a kind of a confusion, pain, and means brings, you know, uh, brings a lot of tension to the means Scotland Yard police. Is not it? That's what the
Yes,
poet
sir.
tries to tell in this poem. Now, let me tell you about this poems. What some of the literary devices, right? Please carefully observe that, because these are very important, right? Now, look into this. The following poetic or literary devices have been used in the poem Macavity the Mysterious Cat. Now, what are they? Now, the first one is called as a personification. Do you know what is personification? Do you know what is personification?
Nature.
Okay. Any of the qualities of human being, any of the
Yes,
qualities
sir.
of human being, when compared with the animals or objects, right,
Yes,
then
sir.
it is called as a personified, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that personification means what? Now personification is giving human qualities to animals or non-living
Yes,
things, right? Then it is called as a personification. Am I clear?
yes, sir.
Okay. And in this poem, Macavity is personified as he does all the things like human being. Is not it? So we know that
Yes, sir.
here the poet talks about the mystery cat, Macavity, and the activity of Macavity is comparing with the humans. So therefore, we find out means the idea is called as a personification, right?
Yes, sir.
So the next one is called as a anaphora. What is that anaphora? Yes. Do you know what is the anaphora is?
No, sir.
Okay. So anaphora is called as a repetition of a phrase. Repetition of a phrase in the poem. Right. So what kind of a repetition in a phrase in the poem? Now in the poem, various words and phrases are repeated to create poetic effect. In the poem, various words and phrases are repeated to create poetic effects. Right. So like you can say that Macavity is not there, right? You can point out repetition of this can be called as a, you can say that repetition, right? It is all called as a repetition. So, whom you call as a repetition, now means when one of the thing repeatedly repeat in the poem, right? So, and it also present a kind of a poetic effect. So, therefore, it is called as a anaphora, right? So,
Yes,
yeah, repetition, repetition or called as anaphora. Now, next is also you will find out alliteration. Do you understand what is alliteration? Now, when the alliteration like murmur, Macavity mystery, her, head highly, so sir, side to side, if you see that, when these are the consonant sounds, right? M, H, S. So they are called as a consonant sound. When these consonant sound which are repeated in a phrase, right? Then it is called as
yes,
a alliteration. What is alliteration? Repetition of the consonant sound immediately one word after another is called as a means alliteration. Repetition of the consonant sound. So the next one we also find out that's called as a symbolism. What is that symbolism? Now the poet uses various symbols in the poem, right, to present the characters, the appearance, and the behavior of the mysterious cat, Macavity. So, like example, you can see his appearance symbolizes his villainous character. Villainous means what? He's a bad character, notorious character. By presenting footprints symbolize his name, right? Footprints symbolize his name. Even it is also suggested in many of the line that how means he is morally corrupted, brings shame to his family, how he does the crime, how he breaks all the law, even human law as well as gravity of the law, law of the gravity. So all those things symbolizes that what kind of a nature and what kind of a characteristic he has. Am I clear?
yes, sir.
So this is what all about the poem called as the Mysterious Cat Macavity. Okay, I hope you understood everything.
Yes, sir.
That's all for the day. So meet you in the next class with a new poem
Yes, sir.
and or new approach, right? Or maybe grammar, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's all for the day. Thank you,
Bye, sir.
and wait for your means one of the you know um,
Yes,
task, yeah, one of the tasks that I will give you in the next not next class, means today evening. By today evening you will get it, okay?
sir. In
So please,
WhatsApp.
yeah, in WhatsApp I'll send you, okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
But please, before that, please read this topic very carefully, right?
Yes,
Understand
sir.
words and meaning, understand all the poetic devices which have been pointed here, right? Poetic or literary devices given here, right? Remember it, If you want, you can take the screenshot of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I
yeah.
noted.
Okay. So, and try to remember them, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
prepare for the test by today evening. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's all for the day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.